Hi everyone! May bago akong setup here kasi yung question actually ng co-faculty ko who was also a former student, it's about budgeting. And magsa-start pa lang siya. Kaya lang kasi I don't want to record the video of my own budgeting sheet kasi masyadong confidential information on. So I felt like it would be easier if drinowing ko na lang siya. So, eto, nag-set up ako ng board dito for everyone. Okay. First things first, yung question about budgeting, I want to address this common misconception which I also was guilty of. Dati kasi, akala ko, pag nagtatrack ka ng expenses, budgeting na yun. Actually, no. You also need to track expenses, but that is the first part before you start budgeting. So if you are tracking your expenses, you're in a good direction na. Okay, so ano ba yung expense tracking? So, tignan na natin. Expense tracking. Okay. Naintindihan ba yung susulat ko? Okay. So, expense tracking would be maganda mag-start kung sige, start ng month, and then bawat gastos mo, say, may binili kang kape, may binili kang pagkain sa cafeteria nyo, ganyan, nililista nyo on a piece of paper, maybe on your cellphone, ganyan. So, naka-itemize yun. Pwede rin yung ginagawa ko, kaya lang masyadong makalat, yung mag-keep ka ng mga resibo. Minsan, ang tagal-tagal, tipong mga ganyan nakakapal yung resibo, tapos hindi ko man lang nalilista. So, I think it's a better habit to immediately list down whatever it is you're spending on. Pagka-spend mo, nakalista agad. Kasi, in my case, madalas ko makalimutan niya, lalo na kung cash. Kung cash, walang resibo minsan, no? So, after mong i-itemize lahat yan, at the end of the month, maybe at the end of the week, you can start combining na magkano yung naggastos mo. Pwede ka na rin gumawa ng category. Say, you have rent. I'm gonna be conservative here kasi I'm looking at yung rental rates ng mga former students ko kasi bata-bata pa sila and they're young adults starting with life, no? So, rent, sabihin natin dining, kung mahilig kang kumain sa labas or groceries, kung nagluluto ka naman, yan. Pwede. Ito yung mga common na categories and then bills. Ito yung tubig mo at saka electricity mo. Ganyan. Tapos sabihin natin na meron kang emergency. I think this is also very important na mag-set aside ganito. Pero a lot of people wala pang capability until matapos nila yung kanilang budgeting habits. Okay, so, kuwari sa rent, maglagay ka ng or maglagay tayo savings pala. Kuwari sa rent, sabihin natin 15,000, dining 5,000, yung total na nagastos mo for the month, no? Sabihin natin groceries, 5,000 din, conservatively speaking. Bills natin, kung ma-aircon kang tao habang nag-rent ka, maybe, lagyan na rin natin sa 5,000. Emergency, this is like basically stashing an amount every month to build your emergency funds, okay? I have another topic in mind regarding this. But, sabihin natin, maglagay tayo ganyan, every sweldo or and then saving, sabihin natin, mag 1,000 ka muna. Okay. So, na-trace na natin yan, kung wari lang, no? Ang total mo would be, sabihin natin, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, and then 34,000. Sabihin natin 34,000 in the entire month. So, best siguro before you actually start budgeting is makita mo yung habits mo for the next 3 months. But if you really want to start early, kasi maganda to sa 3 months may projection ka. But because I would advise to start budgeting as early as possible, siguro naman sa first month pala makikita mo na kung magkano yung ginagastos mo. Now, expense tracking allows you to see where your money is going. Okay? Hindi pa budgeting yan. Titingnan pa lang natin, okay, ito bang pera na to, akma sa sweldo mo. Baka naman mamaya, ito sa credit card na pupunta or inutang or whatever, sumusobra ka. So, dito makikita mo saan ba pwedeng bawasan kung magsa-start ka mag-budget. Okay, alin ba dito yung saan ako gumagastos ng hindi enough? Dito ba? Nasosobrahan ba ako? Masyado mong maraming kape? Ganyan. So, at least dito nakikita mo, is your expenses, monthly expenses, more than what you're earning? If not, then good. Okay? So, ngayon, after maybe a month or two of expense tracking, ngayon, pwede tayo mag-start ng budgeting. Okay, i-address ko muna yung question dito, no? There are a couple of questions na tinanong din ng former student and co-faculty. So, ang tanong niyang isa is, when I start budgeting, do I include credit limit? Okay, the first rule of budgeting for me is never ever budget money that does not exist. Don't even project. Yun yung problema ko when I was just doing expense tracking before. I was projecting money that isn't there yet. So, although lumampas ako dun sa monthly ko na sweldo, dun sa expense tracking ko, I was expecting my future sweldo to come in and save me. Mahirap yun. Kasi when you do that, paano kung wala ka ng trabaho next month? Or yun, nangyari yung pandemic. Nakakatakot, di ba? Marami na wala ng trabaho during the pandemic. So, now, I am actually using parang budgeting na zero style budgeting or something like that. Basta, zero siya. Pag nababudget ka, you only budget money, the first rule is you only budget money that exists. So sabihin natin, out of the 34,000 that you spent on expense tracking, you have about 40,000 to budget. Now, ang question sa akin ng aking co-faculty is, ang ginagamit niya ngayon, sinastart niya simulan na budgeting tool is actual budget. My problem is, ang gamit ko ay YNAB. You need a budget. Yun yung name ng budgeting app na yun, no? So, ngayon, I will try my best to replicate. Okay, so ganito itsura ng aking YNAB. Lagay ko dyan. Okay. Kuwari, ito yung browser ko. No? Dati, kaya ako na bad trip sa YNAB eh. Dati kasi, meron dito nakalagay na age of money. Dati, nakalagay dyan. Anong ibig sabihin ng age of money? So, ito, 30 days. Ang age of money ng YNAB means na if my money is more than 30 days old, it means I am currently using budget from last month. Ibig sabihin, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Yun. Ang problem kasi ng taong nag-live ng paycheck to paycheck, naghihintay ka palagi ng sweldo. Para, kumaga, petsa di peligro tawag ng mga tao doon. I still use petsa de peligro, but not because of kailangan ko ng bagong sweldo. It's because I call myself YNAB broke. When you say YNAB broke, sabi ng budget sheet ko, wala na akong pera, pero actually nilaman pa yung bank account. So yun. Pag 30 days at least, ibig sabihin, you have about a month of budgeting to use na hindi ka naghihintay ng sweldo. And that relieves your stress. Okay, meron si YNAB also na toolkit na extension na sinasabi niya kung ilang din, 180 days of buffering. Toolkit extension lang to, hindi siya available kung hindi ka naka-Chrome. Or kung sa sa app lang siya sa phone mo. So, ang 180 days of buffering, ibig sabihin, mawalan man ako ng trabaho ngayon, ang mangyayari, may 180 days ako magsusurvive ng walang trabaho. Yun. I don't know if actual budget has that. Maybe a lot of my budgeting apps don't have that. Ang problem lang dito is bayad to. Subscription-based siya. Okay, now, how do we start budgeting? Lagay tayo dito. Dito sa sa left side, normally, so nakalagay dito kung may 40,000 ka na kailangan mo i-distribute. Okay, sa left side, dito ko nililista yung mga bank accounts ko. So kung meron kang checking account, meron kang savings account, meron kang digital account. Yan. Okay. Dito nakalagay lahat ng pera mo. Kung nakalagay ba yan, kung meron ka ba ditong 20,000, meron ka ba ditong 15,000, meron ka ba ditong so on and so forth. So 1,000 kung nga rin, meron ka sa digital account mo, nakalagay dyan. Now, ang next question naman niya is, how do I put my credit card in the budget? Normally in YNAB, I don't know if actual budget has it, but I suspect it does. Kasi sabi ng best friend ko, yung actual budget is very similar to YNAB when it was still not subscription-based. Nung pa siya, nung binibili mo lang outright yung YNAB. So, sa YNAB kasi, pag nag-add ka ng credit account, lalagay ko dito red. Red ang gagamitin ko. Pag naglagay ka ng credit card, tatanong niya kung ano ba yan, kung petty cash ba yan, kung savings ba yan, or credit line siya. So, ililist mo lang dito yun. Normally, you start the month with 0. Again, we do not use the credit limit as your budget. It's not gonna be in here. The money has to exist. So, ganyan siya. Now, ang maganda dito sa na to, sa YNAB na to, lagyan natin yung categories, no? So, you have, kuwari, rent, yung kanina nyo, dining, and then, pa ba iba? Bills, groceries, yan. Mga miscellaneous expense siguro dito. Tapos normally, yung emergency funds ko, ibang category yan. Meron akong do not touch. What does it mean? Ibig sabihin, lumalaki lang yung budget allocation ko sa kanya. Yung emergency funds ko, dito lang nakalagay, pati yung maintaining balances ng bawat bank account. Ngayon, pag may ginastos ka dito, hindi siya, it has nothing to do with this. But ang maganda kasi sa YNAB, if I use this, automatically, yung credit card nyo, pare, usually ang credit card kasi, pare CC, yan. May, wala siyang budget allocation. Ganito siya. Now, if I put a budget allocation here ng rent na 15, and then dining would be 5, meron kang bills na 5, ilan na siya? 30. Groceries mo 5, miscellaneous mo, sabihin natin meron kang, may 1,000 dito kasi emergency ko yan. Miscellaneous would be, ilan na to? 15, 20, 25, 30, 31. Sabihin natin miscellaneous mo nasa 9,000. Kasi ito yung mga stuff na entertainment, ganyan. Pwede mo pa i-breakdown yan further, Ganyan. So sabihin natin 15, 20, 25, 30. Ayan, okay. Credit card, again, wala yan budget allocation. Now, what YNAB does is if I spend 1,000 here, palitan natin kung nga rito. Pag gumastos ako dito ng 1,000, from dining, ito yung budget na to, mapupunta siya dito, yung 1,000 na yun. Tapos, ito magiging 4,000. That is how it operates. So basically, yung credit card mo, hindi siya gumagastos ng walang pambayad. Gets? Yung 1,000 na ginastos ko dito, although nagiging red nga pala to, kasi ganun si YNAB eh. Pag may utang, magiging pula. 1,000. Yan. So, ayun. Mawawala sa dining, lilipat dito. Now, if I paid my bills using credit card, it's the same thing. Yung 5,000 dito, lilipat sa credit card ko, magiging 6,000 na to. O, diba? Ito, 0 na. That's how it works with with YNAB. I'm not sure if actual budget does that, but I suspect it also does, no? So, ganun lang kasimple yun. Hindi ka basta-basta gagamit ng credit card nang walang perang naka-assign. Now, ang gagawin niya, kukunin niya dito. Kukunin niya lahat dyan. Diba? So, ibabayad niya dito sa credit card. Kung ano na, pagkabayad mo nito, mababawasan yan and then makaklear uli ito. Magiging zero siya uli. So, ganun yung budgeting. That's how I do budgeting para hindi ako mabaon sa utang. Kasi ang problem is, if you're only tracking, tas yung credit card mo, hindi nakakahabol dun sa gastos mo or hindi siya tumatama dun sa wallet na inassign mo. Wallet kasi to eh. Yan ang tawag ko dyan sa categories na yan eh. Pag wala dyan, hindi lumilipat sa credit card, hindi mo natatrack ng maayos kung paano babayaran yung credit card. So, yun lang yun. Hopefully, nakatulong ako dun sa budgeting, and if there's nothing clear here, you can just comment below. May question pa dito. Sabi niya, how do you catch up with tracking lost money? Kasi syempre, kakastart pa lang niya mag-budget, hindi niya alam kung paano niya itatrack yun. Gumagawa rin ako pag nag-a-assign ako, may category ako pero hindi dito. Sa payees, sa payables, sa mga babayaran, payees, nag-a-assign ako ng black hole. Yung black hole na yun yung nawawalang pera, nandun yun. Which always happens to me with cash. Kasi hirap na hirap ako mag-track ng cash. Marami akong transactions na walang resibo or nakakalimutan input. Unlike pag nagre-reconcile ako ng accounts dito, nakikita ko siya. Malinaw siya. Yun. So, hopefully, nakatulong. And for your other questions, I'm going to answer that in another video. Kasi nakaplano na rin yun. Alright? I hope I answered your questions. And thank you guys for listening. Bye!